Matthew Ryder and his partner Jessica Jones packed up in the middle of the night, but not before grabbing their 3 goats and pot-bellied pig named Penelope. And Matthew joins us now from Pacific Palisades, California. Matthew, thank you for being on the program with me.
Yeah, not a problem. Happy to be here.
When you just heard that update from our reporter there on the ground who said there's still no containment of this thing, I mean, how are you feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. I'm sitting up on a kind of cliff point here looking at the sunset down the way in Malibu, and it's bright red and there's smoke in the air. And I know that people are still defending their homes and trying to get rid of these fires. So it's really a surreal moment.
Well, and as Steve was just reporting there, this fire is moving incredibly fast. There's obviously concerns about the wind. So talk me through the moment that you realized that you were going to have to evacuate.
Yeah, the moment we realized, it was about 11:15, and Jessica and I were sitting on the couch. We knew there were high winds all evening. It was really loud. We knew there was fire danger. But our neighbor came knocking on the door and said, "Look over the hill. There's a fire there." Within minutes, it had crept up to the ridge line and started moving down the mountain and was moving really quickly with the wind. So we knew we had to move quickly.
And beyond the essentials that you obviously had to grab, you were obviously worried also about your livestock, the 3 goats and the pot-bellied pig that I just talked about. Penelope, I can see the smile on your face, and I think that might be somebody behind you there who's part of this story. But what was it like getting them packed up and ready to move to safety with you?
Yeah, it was a non-negotiable for us, really. We had an animal evacuation plan that we had put together a month or 2 ago. So we just sprung into action. I went over to the barn area, grabbed the 3 goats, grabbed Penelope, kind of helped him along, get into the truck. As Penelope doesn't like to be picked up very much, but she had to for that time. But we got him into the truck. Jessica packed our bags, and we were out of there within 30 minutes or so.
Wow. And how are they all doing now?
They're doing great right now. We just fed Penelope some spaghetti squash. The goats got a melon treat and a little bit of extra lettuce for their good efforts today. So they're pretty happy. And we're just making do with the situation.
Okay, yeah, no kidding. I'm curious, that moment, though, when you were driving away from your home, you had the livestock there with you, but what did you see kind of in the rear view?
Yeah, that was a very surreal and kind of scary moment. You just see all of the fire engines and people, rushing towards the scene to try to help contain it. The moon was bright orange with the smoke rising, just getting brighter and brighter. And it just felt really real this time for us. You see these things on the news, but until the fire is kind of coming down the hill towards your home where you live and spend all your time, it just really made it much more real and kind of an emotional moment.
I bet. How about your home itself, the structure? Did you see how close the fire got, or do you have any indication about the status of your home?
Yeah, we are told that the home is still standing. It was completely surrounded by fire nearly on all sides. But I think we have a field and some buffer zones right around it that hopefully prevented it from actually hitting the structure. But our hope is that everything is in good order, and that's what we're hearing back so far.
Every time we report on stories like this, there's inevitably people who stay behind. I'm curious, as somebody who fled, what do you think about the decision by others to stay there at their properties?
I think it's a decision for everyone to make. Everyone has their own reasons to stay and defend certain structures. Certain structures are more vulnerable than others, and just preventing a small fire right next to it might be really useful. But at the same time, we spoke with a few different first responders and people in Red Cross that said the best thing to help the situation and to help first responders is to clear out and make it easy for them to not have to go, rescue and really let them focus on what they have to do, which is containing the fire.
And I can't let you go without seeing the goats and the pig behind you. Can you pan around and show us how are they all doing behind you there?
I certainly can. This is Russ right here. Russ is a superstar.
Love it.
Then
He looks happy. He looks very chill.
Oh, yeah. Then we have Willie and Ginger right here hanging out right behind. And then right back there, we have Penelope taking a nap on her cozy bed.
Love it. All right. Well, Penelope, Willie, Ginger, to you and the whole crew, I am so glad to see that you guys are safe. You got to safety. And thank you, Matthew, for joining us on the program.
Absolutely. Thank you.
One of the many wildfire evacuees, Matthew Ryder, there speaking to us from California.